फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स,
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स,
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट।
Hello everyone, you're watching Cricket Next. I'm Suramya Kaushik. Well, Australia won the ODI World Cup 2023, and after the victory, Pat Cummins posted a few pictures on Instagram. And one of those pictures had Mitchell Marsh, where he was resting his feet on the World Cup trophy. Now, it didn't go well with the Indian fans, but was that wrong? Or was that right? Well, let's hear it out from our panelists. And for that, I have with me Keshu Nivasra, Network 18 Group Sports Editor, Jamie Alter, Chetan Narula, Kanav Bali, and Soumya Kapoor. Hi, gentlemen. The trend of the day, or should I say that the controversy of the day is Mitchell Marsh resting his feet on that World Cup trophy. Srini, what do you have to say about it?
What is there to say? He can keep his feet wherever he wants. He can keep it on Travis Head's head. He can keep it wherever he's won the World Cup. Yeah, it's his wish. What he wants to do with that cup. How exactly is it our problem? We are I don't know where our, like, whatever are our priorities. It's definitely not figuring out where's Mitchell Marsh's feet. you
Yeah.
know so I mean, I guess that's about it. Like, I don't know. For the last 24 hours already, all I can hear is what Nasir Hussain has to say, what Ricky Ponting has to say, what Mitchell Marsh is doing, or how Cameron sorry, Pat Cummins, what he had to say about
Hmm.
the fans that
Yeah.
why are we such a nation of taking, offense taking people? They have won a World Cup. It is their World
Yeah.
Cup, their trophy. They have the rights. They have earned the bragging rights. They know
Yeah.
what they want, and they've earned it. You live with it. The fact that right now you are sitting without a trophy, you, for all those 10 matches that you played so beautifully, today here we are sitting discussing without a title to talk about, without a trophy to talk about, without any success to talk about. I am sure the players are feeling gutted. I feel bad for them, considering they had a wonderful World Cup. But as my dear friend Chetan Narula had said on the show, that on the 20th morning, if you don't wake up to the news that India is holding the World Cup trophy, then your campaign really means nothing. And I stick to that, and I completely agree with what he had said. That
Yeah.
today, if you are without a trophy, whatever you did throughout the tournament does not really mean anything. You must have done something in 1975, you must have done something in 1983, turn of the century, doesn't really matter. Yesterday, you lost the final and Australia won it. Let them do what they have to do with the trophy. You figure out what was wrong with you.
Yeah. No, fair point, Shrini. I completely agree with that. Chetan, Shrini mentioned quite a few points, and he mentioned what you had to say earlier. Now, we had this discussion where you and I were also talking on one of our shows that what matters is just one day, the final day, and it doesn't matter what you do in the previous matches. What people will talk about will be just the result. And here we are, we're just talking about Australia in one way or the other. Maybe that we are talking about Australia doing this, that, but everyone's talking about Australia only, right? They're doing this thing right, they're doing this thing wrong. What do you have to say? Is it uh, okay to talk about Australia and what they are doing with the World Cup trophy, what they are saying about the pitch, or will it be fair enough for us to talk about the Indian team and where did we falter?
You asked me before the show began, Ki, why am I wearing this jersey? I'm wearing this jersey in solidarity with the Indian team because they played very well. And I think right now, the country is not right now, at least till last night or this afternoon, the entire country was, I'm not going to say in mourning, but at least in a bit of a depressive mood, in a bit of a disappointed
Hmm.
mood. I went through Vadodara, then Ahmedabad, then Delhi. Airports are quiet. ढाबे पे चाय पीने के लिए, खाना खाने के लिए, कोई सब क्रिकेट की बात कर रहे हैं लेकिन कोई खुश नहीं है. ठीक
Hmm.
है, मेरा कैब ड्राइवर वो खुश नहीं है, जिसने खाना बनाया मेरे लिए रात को वो खुश नहीं है. सुबह एयरपोर्ट पे लोगों ने अपनी जर्सीज उतार दी है. Look, there are 2 or 3 different stages of grief पहले आप मौन करते हो, फिर आप एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर पाते, और उसके बाद आप ब्लेम करने के लिए या सिली टॉपिक्स ढूंढने के लिए करते हो। हम वो स्टेज हम बहुत जल्दी पहुंच गए हैं। आई थिंक
Mhm.
थैंक्स टू मीडिया एंड थैंक्स टू अस पीपल ओनली। हम लोग मीडिया के पार्ट ही हैं सब। बट लाइक श्रीनी सेड, मिचेल मार्श अपने सर पे पाँव रख ले यार, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? You know, वो जाके अपना सर दीवार पे मारे, जो मर्जी करे, तो वर्ल्ड कप, इट डज नॉट मैटर।
Yeah.
एंड you know it's a cultural thing also, आप कि we are, ठीक है, there are we look at things in a different manner. Sachin Tendulkar used to worship the pitch, the cricket
Yeah.
pitch. Lasting memory of Sachin Tendulkar was when I watched him walk alone to the center of Wankhede and touch the pitch. And you look at what happened after they won the Ashes, they were peeing on the pitch. So, I'm talking about England, Graham Swan and all of those people. So,
Yeah.
what Sachin did was right. What Swan did was right. Whatever he wants to do to the pitch, he can do, na yaar. Who are we to
Mm.
judge?
Yeah.
ठीक है. Would I do that? No, I would not do that. I would do what
Mm.
Sachin does. I
Mm.
respect, और मैं ये भी कह दूं, मैंने ये भी शो पे कहा था कि अगर आप गेम को डिसरिस्पेक्ट करेंगे तो आप वर्ल्ड कप नहीं जीत। हम लोग, हमारी टीम ने गेम को एक अलग तरीके से डिसरिस्पेक्ट किया, जो आप लोग पर्सनल माइलस्टोन्स के लिए लगे रहे पूरे टूर्नामेंट में। ये भी मैंने शो पे कहा था। एंड द गेम हैज वेज ऑफ पेइंग यू बैक। आप लोगों के लिए विराट का 50th वाज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट, हो गया ना, गो होम, बी हैप्पी, स्लीप। वर्ल्ड कप ऑस्ट्रेलिया लेके जा रहा है, वहां पे किसी को 50th का नहीं पड़ा। सो there are different things, there are different ways to look at it. It's what's happening. This is, it does not matter यार वो क्या कर रहे हैं उस ट्रॉफी का। It's their trophy to keep. They are 6-time champions, and this is what we are
Mhm.
discussing, कि they are
Yeah.
keeping their feet। वो जाके उस ट्रॉफी को बेच डाले यार, उन्होंने वो ट्रॉफी अर्न की है, वो ट्रॉफी उन्होंने जीती है। It does not matter. These things do not
It's
matter.
it's a bit
Hmm.
So
like those Pakistan TV shows that we criticize.
yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
I don't want to say, because we are doing this show, so I don't want to say this is a weird topic or anything, but it is. So I think there are other things to talk about. We need to talk about how we need to support the Indian team and everything. We need to talk about where they went wrong, because इस सब चीजों में ये नहीं भूलना चाहिए कि यार आप थोड़े बताओगे उनकी डिक्शनरी में क्या वर्ड है। उनकी डिक्शनरी में विक्ट्री वर्ड है, उनकी डिक्शनरी में ना चैंपियन वर्ड है, 6 बार के वो चैंपियन है। ये सब आप मत बताओ कि उनकी डिक्शनरी में क्या है या क्या नहीं है। ऑस्ट्रेलिया जाओ, देखो उनकी सोसाइटी कैसे स्पोर्ट को इनकलकेट करती है। आई बीन टू ऑस्ट्रेलिया 5 times, और हर बार जाके मुझे अपने ऊपर शर्म आ जाती है कि आई एम नॉट फिट इनफ टू वॉक इन द स्ट्रीट्स। Every person is fit, every person is playing some sport, and when they are playing sport, they do not play कि मेरे को जाके खेलना है। They play sport for excellence। उनको उनको जब 4 साल के बच्चों को स्पोर्ट खिलाते हैं ना, तो वो डॉक्टर इंजीनियर बनने के लिए नहीं खेलते हैं।
Mhm.
दे प्ले स्पोर्ट बिकॉज दे वांट टू अचीव एक्सीलेंस। तो उनकी डिक्शनरी में वो शब्द हैं, तो ये बेकार के कमेंट्स तो करिए। सो they won it properly, let's respect that, let's respect the
Yeah.
Indian team the
Let's.
way they did it. But there are
Yeah.
other things to discuss as well. Yes.
Well, I believe we will be talking about all those things a little later in the show, or perhaps in other shows. But as we are talking about this topic of Mitchell Marsh resting his feet on the World Cup trophy, so I want to know from you. As we all know, that social media is divided on this topic. Some people are saying कि ये तो game का disrespect करना हुआ. Some people are saying कि दूसरे cultures में ऐसा चलता है, हमने बाकी countries में भी देखा है कि ऐसा चलता है. क्या आपको लगता है कि दिस इज जस्ट अ कल्चरल डिफरेंस, एंड यहाँ पर इंडिया में आप हर चीज़ को बहुत ही अलग तरीके से देखते हो, कुछ भी हो जाता है आप उसको एज टूल ऑफ वर्शिपिंग या ऐसा देखते हो, क्योंकि बहुत सारी फोटोज वायरल हो रही है कि अगर हमारे यहाँ होता तो हम उसकी आरती करते, पूजा करते, बट आई थिंक इट्स ऑल इन इंडियन कल्चर, राइट? आप ये एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर सकते कि आप दूसरे कल्चर को भी बोलो कि नहीं आप हमारी तरह बिहेव करो. व्हाट इज योर टेक ऑन दिस?
So there are two things about it. Okay, जो पहला चेतन भाई ने कहा, पहली बात तो दे वन इट, और प्रॉपर थम्पिंग विक्ट्री के साथ वो लेकर गए हैं ट्रॉफी को। व्हाटएवर दे डू इट्स देयर थिंग। लेकिन हाँ, अगर आप एक ओपिनियन की बात करें तो यस, जो मिचेल मार्श ने करा वो मेरे लिए ठीक नहीं, एंड दैट्स माय पर्सनल ओपिनियन। अब वो
Okay.
किसी के ऊपर पैर रख दे, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। ट्रॉफी पे पैर रखता है, फर्क नहीं पड़ता। बट यस, अगर यहाँ पे कोई इंडियन प्लेयर होता है इसकी जगह पे, तो उसको सोशल मीडिया पे बहुत हीट मिलती है। So yes, it's kind of a cultural difference, और ये नहीं होना चाहिए था. That's it. In my opinion, ये करना नहीं चाहिए.
Okay. So you feel कि करना नहीं चाहिए था, and you also mentioned, you know, कि अगर इंडियन क्रिकेटर होता, again it comes to the same point, right? क्योंकि वो इंडियन क्रिकेटर होता, इंडियन कल्चर में इस चीज को एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते, but those are Australians, right? उनकी कल्चर में चलता है का ना, जिस तरह से हमारी पहले भी इस बारे में बात हुई है, I want to know from you, बहुत सारे कल्चर्स में हम जैसे बात करते हैं, इट्स जस्ट अनदर डे, अनदर टूर्नामेंट, अनदर फाइनल ऑफ अ टूर्नामेंट, एंड आई फील जिस तरह से ऑस्ट्रेलिया खेलती आई है ऐसे टूर्नामेंट्स को, आई थिंक उनके लिए इट्स जस्ट a trophy, right? They're not bringing it home like a tool of worshipping, या कुछ चीज ऐसा कि उन्हें लग रहा है कि ये हमारे लिए बहुत एक अलग सी चीज है, हमें इसकी पूजा करनी है या समथिंग लाइक दैट. सो
It's Ramesh pretty clear. इंडिया में क्रिकेट इज अ रिलीजन, वहाँ पे क्रिकेट इज अ स्पोर्ट, बस इतना फर्क है. यहाँ पर एक चीज को हमने रिलीजन का दर्जा दे दिया है, तो हम पैर लगाना और वो सब जो हम रिस्पेक्टफुली करते हैं हम नहीं कर सकते. तो एज इंडियन फैंस, लोगों को, जो फैंस इंडिया को, उनको बुरा लग रहा है, और बाकियों के लिए दिस इज प्रिटी नॉर्मल. वो उनके लिए एक ट्रॉफी है, जो 6वीं बार वो जीते हैं, वो 7वीं बार भी जीत जाएंगे, 8वीं बार भी जीत जाएंगे. आर कंसर्न शुड बी रोहित शर्मा के हाथ उस ट्रॉफी पे क्यों नहीं है, ये नहीं कि उसकी लेग्स उस ट्रॉफी पे क्यों है. हमारा कंसर्न सिर्फ ये होना चाहिए. एज फैंस, एज समवन हु वॉच दिस गेम, कवर दिस गेम, we should only focus on why Rohit Sharma is not holding that trophy, or the Indian team, or Rahul Dravid, and not what
yeah,
they are doing with the trophy. It's their trophy to do whatever they want to do. और बहुत सिंपल, इसकी ज्यादा लॉजिकल एक्सप्लेनेशन नहीं है. उनके कल्चर में वो एक टूर्नामेंट है, एक ट्रॉफी है, जो पहले भी जीत चुके हैं, आगे भी जीतेंगे. हमारे लिए, हम पूजा पाठ करते हैं वर्ल्ड कप जीतने के लिए, वो हमारा एक रिस्पेक्टफुल कल्चर है. इंडियन प्लेयर को आप ये करते हुए देखोगे, जैसे चेतन ने कहा, सचिन के लिए पिच एक बहुत होली
yeah,
प्लेस है, वो
right.
जाकर पिच किया. बाकियों के लिए पिच एक मिट्टी है, एक सैंड है, उनके लिए वो क्रिकेट खेलने की एक जगह है. तो बहुत डिफरेंस है. तो रिस्पेक्टफुली, मिचेल मार्श हैज एवरी राइट टू डू व्हाटएवर ही वांट्स टू डू, एंड वी हैव एवरी राइट. ये ऐसी बहुत चीजें, अगर आप इंडियंस को देखें, सोशल मीडिया के कमेंट सेक्शन पर जाकर इंडियंस कैसे करते हैं, इज दैट रिस्पेक्टफुल? मिचेल मार्श,
Well,
ट्रेविस हेड
yeah,
का,
that's a very
उनका
valid question. Yeah.
इंस्टाग्राम खोल के अगर हम उनका कमेंट सेक्शन देखें, इज दैट रिस्पेक्टफुल? हमें एक ट्रॉफी पे पैर रखना डिसरिस्पेक्टफुल लग रहा है, लेकिन एक वर्ल्ड कप हार हम बर्दाश्त नहीं कर सकते. और ऑपोजिशन प्लेयर्स के कमेंट सेक्शंस पर जाकर क्या क्या लिखते हैं, तो बहुत ग्रे एरिया है वो पहले खुद को झांको फिर वहां देखो वाली बात है. लेकिन ऑस्ट्रेलिया एंड एवरी प्लेयर हैज एवरी राइट टू डू व्हाटएवर दे वांट टू डू विद दैट ट्रॉफी.
Well, you're absolutely right, Kanav. We've been seeing a number of tweets and posts from various foreign players, and for that matter, Maxwell's wife also tweeted that, you know, what kind of comments she is getting. So, is that respectful? That's a big question. So, people really need to respect the sport, and they really need to respect that Australia have won this trophy. But right now, the bigger question here, Jamie, is what happened with the Indian team in the final match? क्या गलत हो गया? 10 मैचेस में हम बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रहे थे. क्या हमने पिच को सही तरीके से नहीं समझा? क्या हमने बैटिंग गलत करी? क्या हमारी अप्रोच ठीक नहीं थी? What happened? What went wrong with the Indian team?
Everything from the toss. Obviously, you have 24 hours to let things settle. You don't get emotional. You look at it practically. Um, what is the BCCI / Indian team / all stakeholders doing talking about pitches? I feel like we've done more shows talking about the pitches, right? Why didn't you roll out a flat track? A flat track gives you the best chance of winning. जहां पे आपने quote unquote slow track दिया, वहां आपकी खुद ही हालत tight हो गई, right? Only an Australian has the balls to choose to chase. Fact is that Pat Cummins and his team, Andrew McDonald, they read the team, the pitch conditions, और यहाँ Rohit Sharma failed to do it, right? Again, you know, yesterday at the mid-inning stage, I was very confident that 240 would be defended, but then I realized you're being emotional. Can anyone on this panel put their hand on their heart and tell me that 4 boundaries in 40 overs should come from a team like India is in a World Cup final? It's downright embarrassing. How do you score 4 boundaries? I can't hold a bat. I would have hit 4 boundaries in 40 overs. I would have got 3 off Glenn Maxwell, and I would have gotten 1 off Adam Zampa. I would have been clean bowled by their fast bowlers. But I'm telling you, I have enough batting skill. I would have got 4 boundaries. How does India go 40 overs with a batsman who's got 50 flipping one-day hundreds, with another player who really just continues to confound me why he's why he gets in that shell. And the third person, I've been saying it the whole year. What is Surya Kumar Yadav doing in
Well,
India's
that's
one-day squad? It's
yeah.
forget the bowling, forget the lack of a slip, forget the lack of a third man, forget due. How does Virat Kohli wake up and look in the mirror? How does KL Rahul get up and look in the mirror? How does Ravindra Jadeja get up and look in the mirror? How does Surya Kumar Yadav get up and look in the mirror? They hit 4 boundaries in 40 overs, of which one came from Mohammad Shami. And you have a nation that has a problem with Mitchell Marsh's feet. Get a life, Indians. Get a flipping life.
Well, Jamie, well said.
You're not
Because
supposed to ask these
right
questions.
now, right now we really need to talk about the Indian team. Srini, 16 overs without a boundary. Was batting that tough on that pitch? Or were Indian batters in some very different kind of approach in the final match? Or was that the final day pressure on them? What was it?
Well, was it so? First of all, just taking cue from what Jamie said, brilliant from Australia to win the toss on a track like that and decide to bowl. But that talks about a very calm mind where you are actually preparing and you know exactly what your strengths are and how you want to go about in this game. In a big ticket game like this, with a lakh plus crowd rooting for the hosts, which again, like horrible. But anyways, the point is a lakh plus crowd rooting for the hosts, and everything against the opposition, nothing in their favor. You're so practical to the point. You win the toss and say no, whatever the total, you're going to chase it because you know that batting second as you go further the wicket is going to ease down. There is nothing, in that track except that it's been rolled with a very heavy roller. So that's it, it stays fresh for the first whatever hour or something, and after that
Hmm.
there is no life on that pitch. And on a wicket like that, you put the opposition to bat first, take advantage of that first hour and a half, and then you have control over the game. Then you all you need to do is just do your basics right. You don't have to do anything spectacular, anything out of the book. You just have to do your basics right, which is exactly what Australia did. They took advantage of that first 1.5 hour. And did our batters help them out? Oh yes, they did. The one guy I will not point a finger at in this Indian batting lineup is Rohit Sharma. This is exactly what he's been batting like. He had been batting like from the start of the tournament. Once again, he managed to give India a very good start.
Yeah.
That ball slightly turned. Otherwise, it was another risk he was taking. He went for shots. He got his fours and sixes. He was doing the same. Shubman, I believe, while Rohit was at the crease, had to like kind of stand there. Like we knew that the captain was taking the initiative, right? So I
Yeah.
believe the onus was on him to stand back and kind of let somebody else take the aggressive note. So he could have avoided that shot. Virat, I mean, what exactly was Virat trying to do? And that wicket was like, it may not clearly come like one, but coming from a guy like Virat Kohli. First of all, early on, it was jittery in the innings, right? Then he went on to settle down a bit. And that wicket was almost like a gift. And I don't even want to talk about KL Rahul. Shreyas, I'm still okay. He did his job in the semi-finals. He did that. He played that
Yeah.
wonderful knock. What happened to KL Rahul out there? It was almost like a psyched out guy standing there, not knowing what to do. His feet got locked, his bat got locked. And, I don't know. I mean, 30, 40 runs more in this game could have been something else, 270 plus, and this game could have been something else. Like, I was thinking the same thing when what Jamie was. Emotion, no. I mean, when the first three wickets were gone, I thought, that Head versus Smith partnership, had it been broken a little early, Head going, and this match would have turned on its head. You never know.
Yep.
Another 30, 40 runs and we were in the game. So I thought it was really ordinary. And I'm not going to put the blame on anyone else, not Rohit Sharma, not our bowlers. I'm not going to say that the combination was wrong. I'm not going to say that, we should have considered Ashwin. None of it. It is our number three, number four, number five. Simple. I mean, they are the guys who should have
Yeah.
who needed to stand there and get the job done, and that did not happen. And you have lost a final. And you can go and tom, as Chetan said, you can go and talk about your 50th ton, 100 ton, 70th ton, 90th ton, whatever, 1000th, 100. It doesn't matter. You had a World Cup final to win, and you did not win it. Period. And to
Hmm.
me, it is that is what differentiates between you may be the greatest batsman, that is the greatest team. What do you want to be? The greatest, a team with has the greatest so-called batsman, or the team that is actually the greatest, which has gone on to win another World Cup? You know. So if our priorities in life are so skewed, if this is what we want, I mean, while I'm talking, I'm just checking Twitter. Rubbish. I mean, I've seen some senior cricket journalists on Twitter who are like, we tried, very well done. Yours is the generation that needs to leave now. Yours is the generation that needs to exit. Say thank you and please stand aside. We tried, we came, we did all the hard yards, but that one never mattered. There's always another tomorrow. There's always a new sun coming out. And I mean, rubbish. Rubbish is what I want to say. You have lost another fine opportunity to win a World Cup. This was your finest opportunity. You did not stay claim to
Yeah.
it. You live with it.
Yeah. Could have been a better opportunity than this. Sports fans writing our batters are timid on big days. We continue to celebrate them whole decade. Soumya, here
Yeah.
Rahul made 66 runs, 107 balls. I mean, what he was doing, I think Srini is right. वो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नंबर 3, 4 और 5 पर आती है, ठीक है। आपको वहाँ पे रिस्पॉन्सिबल इनिंग्स खेलनी थी, आपने एक हद तक खेला, लेकिन उसके बाद कभी तो आप अपने गेस शिफ्ट करेंगे ना। आपको क्या लगता है, वाज दैट प्रेशर? बिकॉज जितने मैं कमेंट्स यहाँ पे पढ़ पा रही हूँ, और अब हम यहाँ से कमेंट्स लेना शुरू करेंगे, मुझे लग रहा है यहाँ पर लोगों का भी ये मानना है कि इट वाज दैट प्रेशर, और कोई अप्रोच ही नहीं था। सिर्फ एक प्लान के साथ आप गए थे और आपका प्लान नहीं वर्कआउट किया वहां पर, तो यू वर लॉक्ड।
So Ramya, KL Rahul made his India debut in 2015, okay, in Australia. 8 साल में आप प्रेशर नहीं लेना जानते, आप अपनी इनिंग स्टिच करना नहीं जानते। अग्री, आपके 2 विकेट बहुत जल्दी निकल गए आफ्टर द फर्स्ट वन। शुभमन के जाने के बाद रोहित एंड श्रेयस एंड क्विक एक हल्का सा कोलैप्स आया। आप वो स्टिच नहीं करना जानते कि आप उस चीज से बाहर कैसे आते हैं। 8 साल हो चुके हैं, एंड फॉर दैट मैटर इवन विराट, आपको सबसे बड़ा बैट्समैन माना जाता है ओडीआई क्रिकेट का। यू नीडेड टू शिफ्ट गियर्स। आप चांस तो लोगे ही ना। ठीक है, आई एग्री, आपको डीप बैट करना था, सब ठीक। कितना डीप बैट किया? 38वें ओवर में तो सूर्य कुमार यादव खेले, तो डीप भी कहाँ किया आपने?
एक सेकंड, आप केएल राहुल के डीप बैट करने पे क्वेश्चन मार्क लगा रहे हो, विराट कोहली के डीप बैट करने पे क्वेश्चन रेज करोगे आप?
चेतन भाई बात
No, he mentioned about both KL Rahul and Virat Kohli.
कि आपको बोला जाता है कि आपको डीप बैट करना है, आपने डीप भी कहाँ करा? आपने स्लो भी करा और डीप भी नहीं करा। ऐसा तो नहीं था कि आप 38वें ओवर तक खेल के गए हो। दोनों की बात कर, आई एम पॉइंटिंग फिंगर्स एट बोथ ऑफ देम। तो प्रेशर लेना अगर अभी तक नहीं आया तो बॉस डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट खेलना शुरू कर दो वापस, एंड आईपीएल जाके खेलो। इतना आईपीएल खेलते हो, इतना डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट खेल कर आए हो, जब रिक्वायरमेंट थी प्रेशर लेने की तब आप नहीं ले पाए। नॉट टेकिंग एनीथिंग अवे फ्रॉम व्हाट केएल राहुल हैज डन इन दिस टूर्नामेंट। जो मैचेस अच्छे खेले वो खेले, जो नॉक अच्छे खेले वो खेले, जो कीपिंग अच्छी करी है वो करी है। But what was he trying to do behind the stumps? What was he trying to do with the bat? I don't understand.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, he has received that.
You were the bridge, and specifically जब हार्दिक गए उसके बाद आप एक ब्रिज बन गए थे, ठीक है, उस बैटिंग लाइनअप के अंदर कि कोई भी कोलैप्स होता है, कुछ भी होता है, you have to take care of certain things उस बैटिंग लाइनअप के अंदर, और आप नहीं ले पाए इन एन इम्पोर्टेंट गेम। और वर्ल्ड कप, छठा वर्ल्ड कप ऑस्ट्रेलिया के पास जा चुका है। You still have just 2. That's it.
See, obviously, Australia played really well, and that's why they won the title last night. और अब आपके पास कुछ नहीं है। चेतन और श्रीनी, जेमी, सब लोग यही बात कर रहे थे कि एट द एंड सिर्फ यही डिस्कशन होता है कि आप जीते या नहीं जीते। आपने 10 मैचेस में कुछ भी किया हो, वो मैटर नहीं करता है। चेतन, यहाँ पर वन डिमेंशनल अप्रोच के बारे में बात हो रही है। यू वर देयर इन दिस स्टेडियम, डिड यू फील दैट इंडिया के पास कोई प्लान बी, सी, ऐसा कोई प्लान ही नहीं था? या फिर मतलब आई वांट टू नो बैटिंग से लेकर बॉलिंग तक, क्योंकि बॉलिंग में तो आधे टाइम में हमें दिख चुका था कि दे हैव आल्सो लॉस्ट ऑल द होप्स देयर, बट बैटिंग में तो कुछ ना कुछ तो आपके पास कुछ स्ट्रेटजी होगी ना। बट अभी हमारे पास क्वेश्चन आया था कि नहीं, कुछ नहीं दिखा, वन डायमेंशनल अप्रोच थी। यू टेल अस।
Okay, so there are 2 ways to look at it कि इंडिया ने क्या किया और ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने क्या किया। लेट्स टॉक अबाउट पहले ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने क्या किया। ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने, आई थिंक दे यूज 6 or 7 bowlers, आई थिंक 7 bowlers.
Mitchell Marsh.
And if you look at it, the longest spell एक बॉलर ने बॉल की थी, वो 5 ओवर की थी, दैट वाज पैट कमिंस, जब उन्होंने आई थिंक विराट को आउट
हाँ.
किया था. दैट वाज द लॉन्गेस्ट स्पेल. एंड शुरुआत में दे हैड 2 ओवर्स ऑफ स्टार्क एंड हेजलवुड और समथिंग लाइक दैट. लेकिन उसके बाद जब रोहित स्टार्टेड हिटिंग देम until Pat Cummins started that 5 over spell, बीच में उन्होंने सिर्फ 1 ओवर 2 ओवर 1 ओवर 2 ओवर 1 ओवर 2 ओवर ये स्पेल्स किए थे. सो दैट वाज अ प्लान फॉर देम टू टारगेट द इंडियन बैट्समैन कि इनको सेटल नहीं होने देना है, क्योंकि अगर आप बॉलर बदल रहे हो ना तो आप फील्ड भी बदल रहे हो, एंड यू आर नॉट लेटिंग द बैट्समैन सेटल डाउन अगेंस्ट 2 बॉलर्स. अगर एक बैट्समैन एक बॉलर से 4 ओवर फेस कर रहा है तो ही सेटलिंग डाउन, ही नोज कि ये ऐसे बॉल करेगा, इसकी फील्ड ये होगी, एक आध फील्डर मूव हो जाएगा ज्यादा से ज्यादा. बट इफ यू आर हैविंग टू फेस 4 डिफरेंट बॉलर्स इन 4 ओवर्स, then your fielding is changing. So ये ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने किया. I think that actually worked. It irritated, I think it irritated and frustrated Virat and Rahul a lot. But again, they are world class players, and 50 centuries, and KL Rahul has been in superb form. So there are very few things in life जिनका जवाब मुझे नहीं मिलेगा लाइफ में, और I think KL Rahul की इनिंग्स एक वो चीज है जिसका जवाब मुझे नहीं मिलेगा लाइफ में. अगर ये इसकी पहली इनिंग होती ना इंजरी से वापस आके, मैं बोलता यार well played, but by God, that guy has scored runs like he was never away, and yesterday you played that now, okay, wow. And Virat Kohli,
You can also tell me, were they looking under pressure?
Look, that's what I'm trying to address right now. See, look, and Virat Kohli, he started off well actually yesterday with a couple of boundaries. I think a couple of boundaries he hit, and then Rohit hit a 6. So they started off really well. I think they added 30 balls or something, or 25 balls or something. But see, there is one thing कि आप situation खेल रहे हो, and ये हमने बहुत सुना है विराट से कि he's taking the innings deep, he's playing the situation by asking the team management, बार-बार पूछ रहे हैं क्या करूं. Boss, you are the most celebrated ODI batsman in the world. आपको टीम मैनेजमेंट से पूछना पड़ेगा कि मैं क्या करूं. You are the chase master, you are the greatest chaser in the ODI game. Did you ask the team management? आप टीम मैनेजमेंट से पूछ के बने हो क्या greatest chase master? आप चेज में कैलकुलेट कर रहे हो कि मैं ये कर लूंगा, मैं वो कर लूंगा, मैं ये कर लूंगा, वो कर लूंगा. यहाँ पे आपको पूछना पड़ रहा है कि मैं बैट डीप करूं, या मैं ऐसे ही बैट करता रहूं, या मैं चौका मारूं या छक्का मारूं. मतलब आपको पूछना पड़ रहा है बाउंड्री मारने के लिए. कोलकाता में, साउथ अफ्रीका में, दिस इज व्हाट माय प्रॉब्लम वाज. उस टाइम पे हमें बोला गया था नहीं, ही इज नॉट सेल्फिश, दिस वाज माय प्रॉब्लम. he batted beautifully for 90 runs, but the last 10 runs he did not, last 4 overs when he scored those 10 runs, 10 singles, he did not attempt to score a boundary. Yesterday, did he attempt to score a boundary after Rohit got out?
Well, yes, Chetan, I think these are really very...
Rohit did not play for personal milestones in this tournament at all. बाकी वो खेलते हैं या नहीं मुझे नहीं पता, लेकिन इस टूर्नामेंट में उन्होंने नहीं खेला. पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट he could have, लास्ट के 15 रन वो जैसे विराट ने सिंगल्स निकाले हैं, he could have done that against Pakistan in Ahmedabad. He was on 85, लेकिन वो शॉट मारने के चक्कर में आउट हुए. So let's not go there. I'm not targeting one batsman here. I'm just trying to say कि कल क्या नहीं हुआ. रोहित ने जो शॉट खेला, maybe that was a wrong shot. There are other variables in that shot. सबसे बड़ा वेरिएबल है ट्रेविस हेड का कैच. ऐसे नहीं हुआ कि ट्रेविस हेड ने यूं खड़े पकड़ ली बॉल. ट्रेविस हेड had to run back 20 yards, and that was probably the catch of the tournament. आप सेमीफाइनल में देखिए, केन विलियमसन had to run back 20 yards to catch them. So he's gotten out to 2 brilliant catches. You can't factor that in the shot he's played. And that's the way. या तो उसने कुछ different किया हो throughout the tournament, and कल उसने कुछ different किया हो. No. So there are two ways to Rohit's shot.
मैं पूछना चाहूंगा आपसे, एक चीज मैं यहाँ पे पूछना चाहूंगा, दैट 2 ओवर में रन आ गए थे तो क्या थोड़ा रुका जा सकता था?
हाँ, मैं चाहता था कोई मुझसे ये सवाल पूछे. यार युवराज सिंह ने जब 6 छक्के मारे थे, उन्होंने 6 छक्के क्यों मारे थे? वो 2 छक्के मार लिए थे ना उसने पहली बॉल पे, स्टुअर्ट ब्रॉड की पहली 2 बॉलों पे. तो बाकी 4 छक्के क्यों मारे? ये बहुत बेतुका सवाल है कि आपने पहली 2 बॉल पे, आप क्रिकेटर को जो वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल खेल रहा है उसको सिखाओगे? कि क्या क्या करना है क्या नहीं करना है. नहीं, try and understand one thing. So what happens is Glenn Maxwell was bowling. India was on top, and Glenn Maxwell is their weakest link. They don't have Stoinis, they don't have Green. Who's going to bowl? He is their fifth bowler. You have to attack the fifth bowler. उस मोमेंट पे अगर आप मैक्सवेल को आउट ऑफ द अटैक कर दोगे, देन दे हैव टू रिलाई ऑन 3 पेसर्स जिनकी पिटाई हो रही है. एडम जैम्पा जिसकी पिटाई अलग से ही होती है इंडिया के अगेंस्ट. सो इट वाज अ वेल कैलकुलेटेड स्ट्रेटजी. इट डिड नॉट कम ऑफ. But again, it did not come off. Why? Because Travis Head pulled off the catch of the tournament.
Yeah.
It was the catch of the tournament. Absolutely. Maybe Kane Williamson's catch comes close. लेकिन वो जिस तरीके से बंदा भागा यार, it was unbelievable. 20 yards he ran and then he caught it. So you can't, again, like I'm saying, कि maybe he should have played it, maybe he shouldn't have played it. लेकिन क्या आप युवराज सिंह को बोलोगे जाके कि स्टुअर्ट ब्रॉड के अगेंस्ट आपने 3 छक्के मार लिए, तो अगले 3 छक्के क्यों मारे? That is a weird thing. So आपका जो सवाल था कि वो प्रेशर में आ गए, हाँ वो प्रेशर में आ गए थे. जब वो 3 विकेट गिरी वो प्रेशर में आ गए थे, लेकिन उस टाइम पे इंडिया का रन रेट 7.5 का था. So because of that high run rate, because of Rohit's innings, we had that 7.5 का run rate, and it allowed Rahul and Virat to play tuk-tuk for a bit, get settled. लेकिन 5 ओवर आप टुक-टुक करके खेल लो, आप सेटल हो गए, तो आपको कहीं ना कहीं तो आपको शॉट आगे
करना पड़ेगा. बिल्कुल.
It's the same thing which happened in Kolkata as well, where Rohit gave you a fast start. Virat and Shreyas came in on a tough pitch. They did a bit of tuk-tuk. यहाँ पे डिफरेंस बस ये था कि श्रेयस ने कैलकाटा में he started playing his shots, and Virat kept changing the strike, and the innings went ahead, और आपके 300 बन गए. यहाँ पे श्रेयस got out, Rahul started doing tuk-tuk, but he never started playing his shots. Virat started playing his shots and then started doing tuk-tuk, never went back to playing his shots. आप रोहित पे कितना भी डिबेट कर लो कि उसकी शॉट सही थी या गलत थी.
No debate.
I think
wait. There is nothing. मतलब ठीक है, जिसको I'm just saying this, जिसको रोहित की शॉट को गलत ठहराना है ठहराओ, लेकिन there is no explanation that you did not have a boundary for 97 deliveries. That's where the game was lost.
That's a big thing. Absolutely, that's a big thing.
97 deliveries, no boundary.
Yeah. No, Chetan, you rightly mentioned, आप कितनी भी डिबेट कर लीजिए रोहित के शॉट के बारे में. सी दैट वाज अ ब्रिलियंट कैच फ्रॉम हेड. बात करें हम केएल राहुल और विराट कोहली की बैटिंग की, ठीक है, दे प्लेड, दे वांटेड टू प्ले दोज रिस्पॉन्सिबल इनिंग्स. उन्होंने किया, उन्होंने कभी गेस्ट शिफ्ट नहीं करे. लेकिन जेमी, आप मुझे ये बताइए, व्हाट जडेजा एंड सूर्य कुमार यादव वर डूइंग इन द मैच. जडेजा मेड जस्ट 9 odd runs, एंड देन सूर्य कुमार यादव, आपका काम है आप शॉट्स लगाए और आप एक बड़े टोटल की तरफ लेके जाए. बट व्हाट सूर्य कुमार यादव वाज डूइंग, आई मीन, ये पूरा साइकिल कंप्लीट हो गया ना. आप टूर्नामेंट से पहले भी ये बात कर रहे थे कि सूर्य कुमार यादव क्यों स्क्वाड में आए हैं, आज लोग वापस से वही बात कर रहे हैं. सो डू यू थिंक कि वहां पे भी कहीं ना कहीं दिक्कत आई है जडेजा और सूर्य कुमार यादव को लेकर?
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, like I said, how can Jadeja get up and look in the mirror when you faced 22 balls and scored 9 runs? I mean, I have said this, Chetan has said this more than I have. वो अभी केवल सिर्फ टेस्ट क्रिकेट, टॉस भाई ने भी ये कहा था, वो सिर्फ टेस्ट क्रिकेट में ऑलराउंडर है. पिछले 2.5-3 साल से व्हाइट बॉल क्रिकेट में वो एक स्पिनर है जो कभी कभार बैटिंग करते हैं. Jadeja's batting is gone off the boil in white ball cricket years ago. But that factored in how do you defend 9 of 22. Now coming to Surya Kumar Yadav, ये मैंने कल भी कहा था, कल मैं थोड़ा ज्यादा जज्बाती हो गया. How many of us here expected Surya Kumar Yadav to do anything in this World Cup? I did not. I have fought people on this panel, on live shows, saying the man does not deserve to be in India's one-day World Cup squad. I stand justified, and I think the proof saw it. He's played 35 one-days. He's done 2 matches. Now, that said, you cannot make him the scapegoat. He ideally wants to face 6 overs. Because of KL Rahul, because of Jadeja, you gave him 15 overs to bat. Okay, of those 15, all said and done, the guy batted 12 overs, of which 6 came with the tail. Okay, he has 2 shots. When those 2 shots are not coming off, do you expect him to do anything else? In his mind, he probably said, I'm going to take the match till the 48th over. आखिरी 2 में अगर किस्मत ने साथ दिया, मैं करूंगा. कल वो रन नहीं आए, but he still batted for 12 overs. He tried to take it deep. What were the other guys doing? So yes, he's part of the problem. Like Chetan, I'm not going to blame one person. He was part of the problem. But how do Virat Kohli and KL Rahul justify taking 9 runs in 24 balls from Mitchell Marsh and Travis Head? Chetan said 97, 40 over. I have been watching cricket since 1994. Can anyone here tell me you've seen something odder on a cricket field than a team in a World Cup final with all these big names? 40 overs, 4 boundaries. I have not seen anything as shocking. I have questions. I have questions I cannot say because I'll get slammed with some legal case. I have questions over how 40 overs were played yesterday by this team. Very quickly, have you seen something more unacceptable from an Indian team? Forget in 40 overs ever. I've not.
By the way, this is a team in red hot form. This is a team
Yeah.
in very good form. You're looking at a team.
अगर
It doesn't add up.
अगर एशिया कप में आके पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट जो वो मैच 10 मिनट में खेलने को तैयार हो गए थे केएल राहुल, उस मैच में देखा था हाउ फ्लुएंट ही वाज बैटिंग. If this was that game कि आप 3 महीने के इंजरी के बाद बाहर आ रहे हो और आपने 100 बॉल पे 66 बनाए हैं, फाइनल है वर्ल्ड कप का, मैं कहता हैट्स ऑफ बॉस, वेल डन. बट पिछले 1.5 महीने से राहुल हैज बीन बैटिंग लाइक ही इज डॉन ब्रैडमैन. He's been batting so fluently.
Look at the shots he got in the match against New Zealand.
What
That
happened
one
is
six landed somewhere in that
when he
second
needed to accelerate. And एक minute, you know what I'm trying to say here is, हमको बाहर बैठे बैठे दिख रहा है कि for 97 balls there is no 4. Are you telling me those 2 batsmen did not know it?
Yeah.
One is a master chaser, calculator of algebra in cricket. ठीक है, 50 ODI 100s and everything. उनसे बड़ा कोई कैलकुलेटर नहीं है क्रिकेट में apparently. He did not know कि there is not a boundary in 97 balls, that you need a boundary. And let me also say this here, कि Australia's fielding was, oh my god, oh my god. The match was made
It was on top.
by Australia's fielding. It was lost in those 97 balls. It was made by Australia's fielding before that, and it was lost in those 97 balls. But that is beyond the point. मैं एक यहाँ पे जरूर बात कहना चाहूंगा जो कल मैं नहीं कह पाया. I was busy with my report, so I could not join you guys for too long. I have to say this, and यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा मैं जेमी से disagree करता हूँ, because a lot of people have said कि हार्दिक पांड्या's absence was a boon. हमें शमी मिल गए, हमें ये हो गए. Good. Yes, I agree. हमें शमी मिल गए, उन्होंने इतनी विकेट्स ले ली, उन विकेट्स का अभी कोई मतलब नहीं है. But my point is this here. Yesterday, India missed Hardik Pandya. How? I'll explain. If Hardik Pandya was available, he would have played instead of Sky. He would have batted better than Sky. He's a better batsman than Sky. And he knows how to bat in that situation. He knows how to bat with the tail. He knows how to bat till 50 overs. Sky का एक fault था, उन्होंने कोशिश ही नहीं किया कि मैं 50 तक जाऊं.
Exactly. That's the difference. You know, yeah.
ये जो भी करना था लास्ट के 2 ओवर में करना था, तब तक आपको सिर्फ सिंगल्स और डबल्स लेके रहना था विकेट पे. दूसरी चीज, if Pandya had played, you would have your third pacer and you would have played a third spinner with Ashwin. Not that it would have mattered with 240 runs, लेकिन अगर 17वें ओवर तक सिराज की बॉलिंग नहीं आ रही है, clearly he was not fit for yesterday's job. But you have to play 3 pacers. So Pandya was your third pacer, and you would have been able to play a third spinner yesterday. So if people say कि हमें शमी मिल गया, we had a great tournament, yes, to a degree. But to say कि we did not miss Pandya, that is the biggest load of bullshit I've heard.
No.
Pandya
Nobody
was
is-
irreplaceable.
No,
Irreplaceable.
no, we already
One second.
missed. Yes,
Nobody is saying that we miss Pandya. It is all social
No,
media
no.
bullshit.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
has
yeah.
happened.
Go
It
on
is
Twitter and
random
say,
social
"Hey,
media."
It's a boon. It's a
No.
boon.
Yeah.
Srini. I have said he's not been missed because until yesterday he was not missed. Right?
He was not missed.
He was
So
not
here's the
missed.
thing.
He was not
Until
missed.
yesterday we did
Correct.
not
One
need.
second.
Correct.
One
Well,
second.
need
Correct.
है ना.
You did not.
One
This
second.
is the need.
One second.
Yes,
While
Srini, yes.
Look at what he
Favorite
While
did.
Hardik was there in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
squad, nobody was wishing Hardik away. We all
Correct.
acknowledge
That's
Hardik's
not
presence
what I
while he
meant.
was there in the squad.
That's not
When
what I
he-
meant. But I'm just saying कि people
One
question
second, I
कि
agree with what you said, Chetan. I
हुआ.
understand what you said. The point is, while Hardik was in the team, nobody was wishing Hardik away. Hardik was very much part of the squad. It is just that
Yeah.
once he was out and once you did not know, you began to acknowledge that perhaps Shami would have never been given a chance. Perhaps Shami would have never actually seen an opportunity
Yeah.
if not for Hardik's
Perhaps we would
going.
not
So
have
it
needed.
turned
We
out
would
Yeah.
to
not
be a
have
bull
needed.
in disguise at a price. Shami's inclusion happened at a price that we didn't
Srini,
need to acknowledge
Srini,
until yesterday.
let me just say one thing.
Until
Srini, just
yesterday.
let me just say one thing. What did Shami's inclusion do? Yes, 24 wickets. He bowled superbly. You know, look, I'll explain Shami's bowling to you. एक फिनोमिनन हुआ इस टूर्नामेंट में। वर्ल्ड कप में क्या होता है, वर्ल्ड कप में क्या होता है कि बैट्समैन का गेम रहता है, सारे फैंस बैट्समैन के अराउंड आ जाते हैं। बहुत रेयरली होता है कि crowd loves a bowler, so that phenomenon happen, you know, when playing in India. That's very rare. So
Yeah.
Shami's bowling was kind of a phenomenon that happened. But let me tell you one thing here. The benefit of Shami was that we went to the final undefeated. That was the only benefit that happened. Would he single-handedly have won the final for us? No, क्योंकि 240 तो अकेला नहीं डिफेंड कर सकता ना वो इस पिच पे. If Shami, I'm coming to the point. हमने ये बात की ना, अगर पांड्या फिट होते तो शायद शमी को खेलने का मौका ही नहीं मिलता. What is the worst that would have happened if in that scenario? Probably India would not have been 10-0, but India still would have made it to the semi. India still probably would have made it to the final. So what I'm trying to say is you have to balance it out in seeing कि हमें पांड्या की कमी कितनी ज्यादा खली. पांड्या एक ऐसा प्लेयर है, when you need two players to replace a player.
Yeah.
Chetan, you were there. Chetan, you were there. India would not have won the semi-final without Mohammad Shami. India would not have beaten England without Mohammad Shami. Right? You missed Hardik.
No, I believe we are
Chetan,
talking about
you were-
scenarios, Joe.
Seven-
I said
हम-
the
probably.
best
I
figures.
said probably. I said
Chetan
probably.
and Jamie.
I said
Pandya's
probably.
gonna take 7 wickets.
Yeah, see, he took 7 wickets. That is exceptional in its way. That is also coincidental that he took 7 wickets.
But Chetan भाई wickets तो लिया ना, wickets आपको
He's
Yeah,
taken 24 wickets in 9.
It's not like 7 bowls happened
No.
or 7 LBWs happened.
But
Half of them
Chetan,
were
wickets
catches.
came in,
Yeah,
right?
but 7
They were
wickets,
hit.
my
Okay.
friend.
यार आप
हाँ.
समझो मैं क्या कहने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. I'm not criticizing Shami here. आप समझो मैं क्या कहने की कोशिश कर
No,
रहा
no,
हूँ.
we get your point.
The
हाँ,
only
हाँ,
difference is India still would have been in the final, maybe not 10-0. 10-0. That's what I'm trying to say. But what I'm trying to say is कि पांड्या का कमी in final was more important.
हाँ, in
than
final, but
Shami's
you have to
24 wickets or the 10-0.
acknowledge.
That is
But you
the
have to
point
acknowledge.
I'm trying to make.
This is
I'm
what-
not questioning
Chetan-
Shami here.
One second, Jamie.
Yeah.
One second, Chetan. This is exactly what I was saying. That you probably would not have, for all you know, you probably would not have consistently had Shami figuring in your 11 had
Yeah.
Hardik Pandya been around. So
Yeah.
it is
Uh-huh.
thanks
Yeah.
or it is because of Hardik's exit that Shami made an entry.
Yeah.
That entry came at a price. That price was pretty
Yeah,
heavy.
it was a heavy
Hardik,
price.
you did not understand
It
the
was a
value
heavy
of that
price.
price until last night.
And let me also say,
Until last night,
that
which is
day,
fair enough, which I agree.
that day,
But
when that
having
injury
said that,
happened.
one second. Having said that, you still had a 6-7 match role coming into it. Come on, why are we counting something we did not have? We came in with our options pretty
Exactly.
sorted. We
And
knew
Soumya,
what
Soumya,
11 we
you
were
were
walking into. This does
No,
not
Chetan,
change.
let
Does
Srini
not
complete.
take away-
Soumya, you
Let
were
Srini
hosting
complete.
the
Let me complete this. I was silent all this while. Let me complete this. The point is,
Chetan, let Srini complete
we came
this.
in
Yeah.
we came in with an idea of what we were supposed to do. We were going into each and every game in the run up to the semi-final, final with a plan. Tell me, when was the last time that we were so sure about the 11 that we are going to play? We were extremely sure about the 11 that we were going to play.
Yeah.
The 5-bowler attack that we are going to take with. We had no confusion. Where is the confusion? The confusion, what happened, where we went wrong, has already been answered. It's not like you won the toss and took a wrong call to bat first. It's nothing of that sort. Everything went to a plan. You only had to go out there and put your form to good use and put those runs on board. You
जो
did
हम बात
not.
कर रहे हैं, that
Your
is
number
conjecture.
3, number 4. Let me not get into Surya Kumar Yadav. I agree with what I think Jamie touched up on this. Why are we even discussing Surya? Until yesterday, day before, he didn't even have enough opportunities to go out and take a knock. Your number 3 was going centuries, was scoring 48, 49, 50, 51. What is wrong? Your number 4 was in red hot form coming from the semi final. Your number 5 was supposed to get you runs. And as we said enough times in this show already, 97 balls you go without a boundary. Isn't that telling enough about losing a final? Isn't that
Yeah.
telling you enough? You put in
मैं
those
यहाँ पे एक चीज
97 balls that you've gone without a single boundary, you would have put nothing short of like 6 to 7 boundaries, and probably this total was way more defendable. And it is there that you've lost the final. If anybody is answerable for this, it is the 3 batsmen in the middle order. And by the way, one thing I really want to know, this whole pitch controversy, I don't want to get into the middle of this, but I know Rahul Dravid has been very, very kind of, picky about, how he wants his stuff. Okay. So I really don't know what was the call here, but a pitch that was used for the final was a rubbish pitch. Absolutely
Okay.
rubbish pitch.
I'll tell,
Who's
okay,
ever
I'll
called?
explain. I'll explain. I'll
Chetan,
explain.
I'll come to Chetan. I'll come to you. We haven't heard from Kanav so far, so we'll take Kanav's comment on the pitch and Rohit Sharma's captaincy as well. Kanav, so far in the tournament, all the matches, league matches, and the semi-final, people praised Rohit Sharma for his captaincy and his field positions and so on and so forth. But in the final match, people have a lot of questions around Rohit Sharma's captaincy, and Srini also picked up a very good point around the pitch. What do you have to say?
See, as far as Rohit Sharma's captaincy is concerned, personally, I have absolutely no complaints. इतना क्योंकि throughout the World Cup he has done well, he has led the team well. हारने के बाद पैनिक बटन तब जाते हैं, छोटी छोटी चीजें हम उठानी में कल जैसे हम एक पोस्ट मैच में बॉडी लैंग्वेज पे था, दैट इज ऑल्सो निट पिकिंग जो टेक्निकली नहीं करनी चाहिए क्योंकि रोहित शर्मा ने अपनी तरफ से कुछ द ओनली ब्लंडर आई थिंक रोहित शर्मा एंड राहुल द्रविड हैज मेड इज कैरिंग सूर्य कुमार यादव विद यू इन दिस वर्ल्ड कप दैट शुड नॉट हैव बीन डन बट चैप्टर क्लोज वो आए क्यों नहीं खेला और ये उनको आता है नहीं आता वो अब डिबेट का कोई फायदा नहीं है ट्रेन हैज ऑलरेडी लेफ्ट द स्टेशन वो हो चुका है पिच की जहां तक बात है कंप्लीटली एग्री विद शिनी दिस इज नॉट अ वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल पिच बहुत स्लो बहुत और राहुल द्रविड अब मैं साहिल से थ्रू आउट द टूर्नामेंट बात करता आ रहा हूं और वो उनको डॉक्टर द्रविड बुलाते हैं मैं वानखेड़े में इंडिया श्रीलंका मैच से पहले उनके साथ बैठा था प्रेस बॉक्स में और द्रविड चल के आए उन्होंने पिच देखी और साहिल भाई ने उससे डिस्कस किया कैसे द्रविड आते हैं एक एक चीज देखते हैं फिर उनको ये भी चाहिए वो जो भी उनकी वो है तो बेटर तो ये शीनी और ये सब बता पाएंगे क्योंकि इनको ज्यादा इनडेप्थ नॉलेज है इतना मुझे जरूर पता है कि दिस वाज नॉट अ फाइनल पिच और रोहित शर्मा की कैप्टनसी से आई हैव नो एब्सोल्युटली नो इश्यूज वो इतना वो सूर्य कुमार को कैरी करने के अलावा उन्होंने कोई ऐसा मेजर ब्लंडर नहीं किया है कि हम कहें कि इनकी वजह से हम फाइनल हार गए इस डिसीजन की वजह से हम ये हार गए उन्होंने अपनी तरफ से जो कर सकते थे किया उनके पास परफेक्ट 11 थी फाइनल से पहले हार्दिक पांड्या की याद किसी को नहीं आ रही थी अब हार गए हैं तो हमें याद आएगी क्योंकि वो फैक्टर मिसिंग था कि एक्स्ट्रा बैटिंग और वो बॉलिंग दे देते वो फाइनल शुरू होने से पहले 1 बजे किसी को हार्दिक पांड्या याद नहीं थे हार्दिक पांड्या नारियल पानी पी रहे थे और हम उनके फोटो देख के खुश थे तो वो था हारने के बाद हो जाता है
just because
Rahul Dravid का career track कर रहा हूं
just because you get your analysis from Twitter that does not mean कि हार्दिक पांड्या की याद
23 साल से राहुल द्रविड़ का career
No, well,
track कर रहा
we
हूं
should not actually talk about anyone's analysis, Chetan. I think all are such observations and opinions. We'll go to
on this
Srini.
show no wait
मैं
no wait
23 साल
on
से
this
राहुल
show
द्रविड़ का career track
no
कर
no
रहा
wait
हूं
पुणे में
on an average अगर मैं
Soumya was
सिर्फ
hosting
इसका
the show
अंदाजा लगाऊं कि वो कितनी बार अपना सर
Chetan, I'll
ऐसे
come to you.
करते हैं
I'll come to
और
you,
कितनी
Chetan.
बार
I'll come to you.
वो कितनी बार
Srini,
अपना
yes.
सर ऐसे करते हैं और कितनी बार अपना सर ऐसे करते हैं तो वो मुझे अगर 23 साल में मैंने एक एवरेज नंबर थ्रो किया तो ये जो वो राहुल द्रविड़ जो ऐसे करते हैं ना दैट वुड बी half a dozen times probably more than with the number of times he does this like no every time if I were to dream about a Rahul Dravid press conference wonder how will Rahul Dravid talk every second sentence of his is going to be like no yeah no let it be no yeah that is the Rahul Dravid I have in mind of all these years so a guy who likes to play what I was trying to get at is a guy who's perennially liked to play safe
Yeah. Now, I just have another 5 minutes in my hand, Chetan.
except for 194 declaration
no wait Soumya was hosting the match
Okay.
पुणे के post match में Soumya was hosting it. You can go and watch it, the replay. वहाँ पे I said, Hardik Pandya's injury. I don't know if Soumya remembers or not. Jamie was there and Murali Karthik was there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Pandya's injury might cost India the World Cup. I said it in
Oh, yeah,
Pune
I know
itself.
that you have said that a lot many times. Yes, yes,
Yes.
I remember
अब वो
that.
जो प्लेयर अब वो जो प्लेयर नहीं है उसके बारे में बार बार बात नहीं होती है, ठीक है. यहाँ पे जो
Yeah.
हम एनालिसिस करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, दैट इज इन हाइंडसाइट कि व्हाट इंडिया वाज मिसिंग ऑन द
Yeah.
डे. और मैंने ये कहीं पे भी नहीं कहा कि हार्दिक पांड्या वुड हैव वन यू द वर्ल्ड कप. आई एम सेइंग कि यहाँ पे
हाँ.
सिराज को जो आपको बॉलिंग नहीं दिखी 17वें ओवर तक,
Hmm.
there was an element of lack of confidence over there. Yeah, Jimmy.
Oh,
It's very
okay.
it's no, no, it's very simple. India had to gamble for 7 matches. The
Yeah,
gamble worked out
the
in six
gamble worked for
matches.
6.
It didn't
It
work
worked for
out.
6.
Khatam baat. But no point wondering because we all
See,
know Hardik
no.
Pandya would not have been able to do what Shami does. Hands down, he would have beaten Ishan Kishan and Suryakumar Yadav. That's not for debate. But we
Yeah.
all knew, okay, that bad day. What was
It's
the
not
worry when
Shami.
Hardik Pandya is not there?
It's not
No, no.
Siraj and maybe an
But
extra bowler there. Yeah.
while you're getting 24 unprecedented wickets at 9.71, the main concern, which unfortunately very
Ah,
cliched manner, it cost him was your tail was too long. This
too.
was the risk. Guma फिरा के वही है. बाकी you've not actually missed him
You're
until the final
absolutely right.
match. That's it.
Right.
That's it. That's it.
अच्छा, जहाँ पे
Right.
पिच की बात हो रही थी, पिच
Chetan,
की बात.
I would. Chetan, I'm so sorry. I'll have to stop you because I have just another 5 minutes in my hand, and we'll take some questions because people are asking about Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli's future. So, Shri, what do you think about Rohit Sharma's future now?
This is a very loaded question.
You are the best person to answer it, no?
क्योंकि आपके पास हाँ.
You're the best person to answer it.
You might be
I'll
वो
having
क्या
some.
था Shri?
I'll
वो क्या था ये?
I'll take a guess. I mean, I'm not. I don't.
Okay.
My guess would be that we're looking at Rohit walking away from white ball cricket. Although, heart, hand to heart, I really don't want Rohit to leave red ball cricket and go. I still think he should pursue. He's been doing phenomenally well. So I seriously want Rohit to stay back and continue playing red ball cricket. White ball cricket, he will walk away. Walk away a very disappointed man. I was watching these visuals yesterday, and today I was talking to some people, and the guy, he's just locked himself in a room. He's just switched off his phone. There are some very, very important people in his life, extremely important people in his life who've been trying to reach him, and even that WhatsApp, has a single tick, doesn't have a double tick. He just switched off his phone. He's kind of gone completely unreachable, and I can imagine. I mean, 13 years of waiting for that one moment. You come this close, and you walk away without having to, kind of achieve it. So it can be very painful. I really don't, this is not a show where I can probably, I don't know if it's the right time to talk about what is Rohit's future, because we are still mourning the present.
Yep.
But since you ask, I'm going to leave it at that. That it's not like you had been looking at Rohit's the final leg of Rohit's white ball career, and if you want me to take a ball here, I mean, guess here, that's exactly where it said it. It's he's on his way to exit white ball cricket, and I sincerely hoped it would have been on a high. That said, I really want him, and I sincerely hope that he will continue his red ball career, and I wish to see a little more of him as a red ball batsman.
Okay. And Jamie, what do you think about Virat Kohli? People are asking questions around his future as well, the white ball future. What do you think?
I mean, we all know that it's been a month and I think 5 days since he and Rohit Sharma last played T20s, so that's not happening. I think Virat Kohli should probably continue until the 25 Champions Trophy. I was very optimistic of Virat Kohli lasting 4 more years, but the more I thought about it, that was a pretty flimsy line because he'll be 39, and despite an intense physique and fitness, 39 is a tough time. Definitely, I would like to see him play 2 more years, Champions Trophy, just that maybe, hopefully, he can end this great career with one more trophy. But if that doesn't happen, definitely not beyond 25. But more than whether Rohit stays or Virat stays or they go, the team even planning for the 2020 or are they planning for the IPL auction? I just get this concern. Is there planning? Wholesale changes have to be made, and I hope they happen very, very, very soon. But
कल
yeah,
खत्म
नहीं
हो
होगा.
जाएगा, सांस लेने में.
Well, you have
No, they'll probably
Jamie.
they'll probably make KL Rahul the next white ball captain, and then we're doomed.
जेमी
No,
जेमी
no.
जेमी,
Look,
वो विजुअल्स देख थोड़ा सा मतलब कम हार्श होना प्लीज है, ठीक है? हर का
yeah, I know, right? I know. We give them
थोड़ा
edges. We
मेरी
give us.
मेरी 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 इस पूरे वर्ल्ड कप में मेरी एक गलती रही. मैंने इस टीम को बहुत बैक किया. मैं बहुत कम बैक करता हूँ और मैं अपनी गलती मानता हूँ. मैंने बैक किया इन लोग को, और मैं इतना मैं नहीं करूंगा दोबारा.
like that, you know, they you know, वो
They
backing
feel like
they deserve.
They did, but like Chetan said, if you don't win it on November 19th,
Agree,
क्या
agree,
फर्क पड़ता
agree.
है?
ठीक है, लेकिन
He was
it
right. He
doesn't
was right.
matter. Well, I'll take last comment from Shrini. Yes.
yeah.
You know, I just to add to the Jamie talking about Virat. Look at the test cycle that is beginning now, where India
Yeah.
is going to have a fresh 2 year cycle of playing abroad. You're going to South Africa immediately now in December.
Yeah.
We have a tour of England coming up. We have a tour of Australia coming up. So
No,
uh,
England is coming to India. India is
no,
not going
England
to
is no, no. I'm saying England is coming here and all fine, but I'm saying over the next 2 years, you go to Australia, you go to England, you go to South Africa. So that cycle is beginning. And since you talked about Virat Kohli, I don't know what is going to be the future here, but I really want Virat to keep everything aside. Whatever the narrative noise around white ball cricket, T20, everything aside, and I want him to use this cycle, this 1 2 year cycle, to kind of go and enjoy his test cricket, because I sincerely think that a batsman of his caliber, a batter of his caliber, there's a lot more from a red ball perspective that is waiting to happen. And I really think, and he's at that stage of his life, where he can go accomplish things, and again, have the next generation coming in, kind of guiding them. He's at that kind of a stage in life. I really hope he can change roles a bit, kind of um, simmer down the personality that Virat Kohli is. If he can manage to simmer down a bit, and this is a wonderful 1.5 2 year period.
Yeah.
I can say with some amount of understanding and authority that Rahul Dravid will not continue as coach of the Indian team. A new coach will come in, a red ball coach will come in. Obviously, we know new red ball players are going to start walking in, and it's going to be great, for the next 6 months to a year to have Rohit Sharma, and then to have Virat Kohli over the next 1.5 2 years, kind of get the blend going. That's again a wishful thinking. White ball career, yeah, 2025 Champions Trophy and all is fine, but it doesn't really matter. Red ball is where I want to see the best of Virat.
Well, let's just hope so that we get to see Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma in coming months playing some format or the other. The reality is that India lost the ODI World Cup 2023, but life goes on, and so will cricket. We'll see Team India against Australia in the T20 series, and that's that. Well, thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining with me in this show, and we'll connect soon with some other topic. Thank you so much, everyone.
फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स,
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि